Hi everyone, welcome to episode 15. Today we're going to do pot stickers, or you can call them dumplings, so let's get started. I'm going to make the filling, and I'm going to do a pork. And the recipe usually calls for the pork, it's just raw pork. And I actually cook mine almost all the way through. I just like it that way. But it's cooled off, and so I pour the pork in and any juices that are in the pan. And I'm going to add a cup of shredded cabbage, half a cup of shredded carrots, 2 cloves of garlic crushed, about a half a cup of green onions sliced thinly, tablespoon of fresh grated ginger, 2 teaspoons of sesame oil, and a half a tablespoon of white pepper. And the last ingredient will be a tablespoon of hoisin sauce. Okay, so we're going to just stir that all up really good. Set this aside as we make the pot sticker dough. To make the dough for the pot stickers, we're going to use what I'm using here. This is a wheat flour. It's for the Chinese steam buns, but it's really good to also use for your pot stickers. This flour here, using that flour, it's very fine, and it keeps it whiter, so the buns are whiter. If you use the regular house flour, which you can use, it tends to be a little more yellower. So we have 2.5 cups of the flour. Mix that in. Half a teaspoon of salt and 2/3 cup of warm water. Pour that in. I'm going to take this spatula, start stirring it. Okay, so once it's started getting together, then you can take your hands and then start forming the ball. Flour on the surface, and pour that over, and then we're going to knead this for about a minute. Okay, now that the dough is kneaded and ready, we're going to go ahead and wrap that in saran wrap and put that in the refrigerator for about an hour. Just got in this really cool steamer, bamboo one from Amazon, so we're going to talk about that, see what's inside of it, and then I'm going to talk about a couple different ways that you cook the dumplings / pot stickers. So anyways, so let's go through that. So this bamboo basket, so let's take the lid off here. So it comes with 2 sets of chopsticks. Comes with a few liners, the paper liners. And it has a little card in here, their extended warranty, and they actually have, it looks like an instructional ebook. You just go online and visit and get that ebook. So then on this, we take off. Oh, and we have 2 little rollers here. Looks like we'll be trying these out, but these would make the large round for pot stickers, and that's the small. Oh, and then we don't have to sit there and do it's kind of fun to do, but it's nice that you wouldn't have to, but taking it and kind of molding it. But for the large one, you just take it, put the round of the dough there, and then fill in the filling, and take this and squeeze it together. So you get a large one and a small one. And it looks like a dipping dish. And then it has this little metal piece here that you use that for filling. So you take this and then we'll use that to fill them. So the one way of steaming, this does come with a pan too, so that fits on different size pots. The real cool thing about these baskets, if you want to kind of make a meal, you can make some buns and put the buns in the bottom. And say on the top here, you can put half dumplings, and then on this half you could do like any kind of raw vegetable. You can do broccoli, corn, carrots, whatever you want on there, cabbage. And then that way you have a whole meal. So basically what you'll do is on the liners, so you don't want to cook without the liners, so the food won't stick. Then you just take the liner, put the liner on, and then put your food on top. Another way that you can steam their dumplings is take them and you can actually just put them in boiling water. So another way of cooking, and this is what they call the pot stickers, is you would take your pan, heat it on medium heat, and then drizzle some oil in it. And then you take the flat sides of the pot stickers and you lay them into the pan and let those cook for about a minute or two. They start browning. Once that browning starts, then you take about 3 tablespoons of water and you're going to dump that in there. Dump the water in, but be careful when you're doing the water because it will, splat up. So kind of have your lid ready. Get that in there, put that on there, and you got about 3 to 5 minutes that you're going to cook it that way. And you'll start seeing where the water starts evaporating. And once the water is completely evaporated, take that lid off and then let it set for about 3 minutes, and you have your pot stickers. Okay, now that our dough is ready, and take that out of the refrigerator, and we're going to be rolling that on the cutting board here. What you can use, I don't recommend using the flour because the dough just absorbs the flour into it. So the best thing to do when you're doing this is either use cornstarch or you can use tapioca starch, and that's what I'm using, is tapioca starch. So I'm going to put a little bit of that down. And then when you have your dough, you're going to cut it in thirds. I'm going to cut a little bit of that off. Get that on here to the starch. Okay, and those are getting pretty thin. Okay, let's give this thing a try. I've never tried them. So let's see what they do. These are the small ones. So we're supposed to put it down and roll it. Roll it. And roll it. So let's see how those turned out. Well, they actually turned out. So there we have 1, 2, and 3. Wow. Important thing here to do, make sure to keep the dough wrapped, especially the cuttings, because we'll re-roll that. But just put that in a plastic bag, set that aside. And then by using the cornstarch or tapioca starch, you can see they don't stick together. We are going to test these new little gadgets out, see how they work. For that, I know this was supposed to be for dipping sauce, but we're not dipping right now, so I'm going to put a little bit of water in there. Okay, so let's do a large one. So we're supposed to take it, place it onto the nice little gadget. Get our scoop here that is for the mix. And it's about a tablespoon we're going to be adding. So I kind of put that in the middle. There. And then we dip our finger in the water. And then we're going to get half of this on the edge there and wet that. And now we're going to take it, squeeze that together, close it. Let's see. Ah, There you have it. That worked. Okay, so there's one. So I think the way I remember doing it without the machine, and what I remember, is you would fill that. So if you don't have the machine, show you that. So we have it filled. Same thing, you're gonna wet that. And so kind of squeeze that together. And then all you have to do on that, so as you're squeezing it, you're just crimping it. And there you have it. So works that way if you're doing it by hand. Take the paper, put that in here. And I'm going to put 5. I'll put down here, or 6. Put the dumplings. Put that lid on. Get ready to put these other ones on. Okay, and we're going to put the lid on and let this cook for about anywhere from 5-6 minutes. Our pot stickers should be done, the steamed ones. And they look perfect. This is how they're supposed to look. They have this like shininess to them, kind of wet looking. Now the pan's been heating a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and drizzle some oil in there. Let that heat up for a moment. So I'm going to go ahead and add these to the pan. And the oil, like I said, I'm going to cook these. They're going to cook for about 1 minute to 2 minutes, just depending on the browning. They could brown sooner. Have the pot stickers in the pan with the oil, and they're starting to brown on the bottom. So they're almost ready. They're looking good. So what we're going to do from here, so like I said, you have your lid ready close to you, and so this is the steaming process, and it's going to be about 2-3 minutes, and the water will evaporate out of there. Okay, let's see that the water, if it's evaporated, yep, looks nicely done there. So we're going to go ahead and turn this off and let that set there for a minute, and then we'll plate those up. So there are your pot stickers. Okay, let's plate up. And so we'll take our dumplings. Let's take 2 dumplings here. And then we'll take 2 pot stickers. Put them there. Our sticks. And so we have our pot stickers, and the sauce that I'm doing, like I mentioned earlier, it is the black soy sauce for the dipping. And there you have it. We have the pot stickers and the dumplings, and I'm going to try one, and I'm dipping it in that black soy sauce, which is thick and sweet. Delicious. I can taste the flavors, I can taste the carrots, the cabbage, the pork that's in there. Delicious. Thanks for watching. See you in the next episode. Bye.